Okay, so I think we all can agree, right? We want to live a good, long life.
Yeah, who doesn't?
But I don't know about you, but when I picture getting older, it always seems like this, like, inevitable slowdown.
Right, yeah, like everything's just sort of winding down.
Maybe even, like, breaking down, you know?
Yeah.
But what if we could change that story?
Well, I mean, that's what we're all hoping for, isn't it?
What if it wasn't just about the years we live, but how vibrantly we live them?
You're hitting on this idea of health span versus lifespan.
Exactly, yeah. Like, imagine waking up, you're full of energy, you still feel that sense of purpose, doing the things you love.
Like, that's the dream, right?
That's what I'm talking about. That's what we're aiming for.
And the interesting thing is, I think for a lot of people, that's becoming more and more attainable
Oh, for sure.
because of, all the information and the research that's coming out.
Because we have choices. Like, we're not just passive in this process.
Absolutely. We can actively participate in how we age.
Okay, so I want you to think about this for a second. You, the listener, think about your own future. Do you see yourself, like, needing help with everyday stuff as you get older? Or do you see yourself still independent, still, calling the shots, doing what you love, connecting with people?
Yeah, good question to think about.
It might seem obvious, but I mean, it's backed up by the science, like our genes play a role for sure.
Yeah.
But honestly, the way we live our lives, day in and day out, those small choices
I mean, those might be even more important,
have a huge impact on how we age.
which is, I think, a really empowering concept.
Exactly. It is empowering. It's not just something happening to us.
Right. We're not just along for the ride.
That's exactly why we're doing this deep dive today.
Yeah, let's dig in.
Our goal, really, is to give you the science-backed strategies to not just live longer, but live healthier and just more fully. We're looking at everything. We're talking about what you eat, how you move, even how you think, the connections you make with people.
Yeah, it's like a whole life approach, right?
It really is. And I think that's a key takeaway here. It's not just about surviving, it's about thriving. Like you mentioned health span.
Yeah, it's those years where you have good health, you have energy, you're independent.
That's what we're going for. Okay, so take a moment right now, and I mean it. Really picture what a vibrant old age looks like to you.
Really visualize it.
Is it traveling? Is it being out in your garden? Is it spending time with your grandkids, whoever they may be? Or is it like finally working on that passion project you've always put off?
Yeah, what does it look like? What does it feel like?
Whatever it is, hold on to that image because what we're going to talk about today are
Yeah.
the things you can actually do now to help make that vision a reality.
It's like having a roadmap for this journey, right?
Totally. All right, let's get started. First up, let's talk about nutrition. This is foundational, right?
Oh, absolutely. Food is, well, it's fuel. It's information.
It's more than just, fitting into your clothes or following the latest fad diet. This is about nourishing your body, plain and simple.
And it's about moving away from that mindset of restriction.
Yeah, and deprivation.
Like, instead, think about what your body actually needs to function at its best.
So when we're talking about, the fuel that our bodies need, we're talking about those big three, those macronutrients.
Right. Proteins, fats, carbohydrates.
Let's break those down a little bit. So protein, I think a lot of people think it's just for building muscle,
Yeah, you think of like bodybuilders.
but it's so much more than that.
So much more. It helps repair tissues, keeps your immune system strong.
And especially as we get older, like maintaining muscle mass is so important.
Oh, it's crucial for strength, for balance, for preventing falls, for, well, pretty much everything.
And there's actually a term for age-related muscle loss, sarcopenia.
Yeah, it's a big deal. And getting enough protein can help fight against that.
Okay, let's move on to fats. They kind of got a bad rap for a while.
Oh, yeah, for a long time.
But now we know, like, healthy fats are actually crucial. They give us energy, they help us absorb vitamins.
And it's really about knowing the different types, right?
Yeah, totally. We're talking about the good fats.
The unsaturated fats.
Unsaturated fats, like the ones you find in, I don't know, avocados, nuts, olive oil.
Exactly. These are anti-inflammatory, good for your heart, good for your brain.
Like I'm thinking about the omega-3s in fatty fish.
Oh, yeah, those are so important for brain health.
Really important. Okay, so last but not least, carbohydrates.
Carbs, everybody's favorite topic.
They're often our body's main source of energy, especially for our brain and our muscles.
Which need a lot of fuel.
But it's not just about, white bread and candy bars, right?
Not at all. The type of carb makes a huge difference.
Huge difference. So complex carbs, like the ones found in whole grains, fruits, veggies,
Those are the ones you want to prioritize.
those are the good guys. They give you sustained energy.
And fiber.
Fiber, yes. Okay, so it really sounds like it's about finding that balance.
100%.
And that balance might be a little different for each of us, right?
Yeah, absolutely. That's why you have all these different approaches out there.
Like I'm thinking Mediterranean diet, vegetarian, even, people are doing the carnivore diet.
Right. There's no one size fits all.
And I think the most important thing is just to, like, become aware of how different foods make you feel.
Yeah, tune into your body. See what works for you.
Maybe work with a health professional even.
Yeah, if that's an option.
Track your progress.
See what's making a difference.
And it's not just the big picture stuff, those macronutrients. It's the little guys, too.
Right, the micronutrients.
Those vitamins and minerals.
The tiny but mighty.
Exactly. Like, we might not need huge amounts of them, but if we're deficient,
That can really throw things off.
oh yeah, it can lead to fatigue.
Your immune system takes a hit.
Even problems with thinking and memory.
Yeah, your cognitive function.
Cognitive function, yeah. And the interesting thing is, you can actually measure these levels.
Oh, yeah.
So you can really get personalized about it.
That's where the real insights come in.
Okay, so how do we make sure we're getting enough of these essential micronutrients?
I mean, the foundation is a good diet, right?
It comes back to food.
It always comes back to food.
Eating a wide range of whole foods. Like I'm picturing those colorful veggies and fruits.
Yeah, gotta get those colors in.
Nuts, seeds, legumes.
Good sources of protein.
And I know some people might need to supplement,
Yeah, sometimes that's necessary to fill in the gaps.
but food first.
Food first, always.
Okay, so we've touched on this, but let's really get those key dietary principles for longevity down.
Like the big takeaways.
First up, and we've been talking about this, focusing on whole, unprocessed foods.
Yeah, the foundation.
What makes these so important for, like, healthy aging?
They're packed with nutrients, so you get a lot of bang for your buck, calorie-wise.
Nutrient dense. I like that.
And they don't have all those artificial additives, preservatives.
Yeah, the stuff that could really mess with your system in the long run.
Exactly.
So on the flip side, we got to limit the sugar and processed foods.
Oh, yeah, as much as possible,
I mean, we all enjoy them.
of course.
But what are we really doing to ourselves when we eat too much of that stuff?
It's a slow burn, but you're basically contributing to chronic inflammation throughout your body.
Inflammation.
Yeah, and that's linked to, practically every age-related disease.
Diabetes, heart problems, obesity.
It's a big deal.
Okay, and here's one that might seem super basic, but it's so easy to forget. Hydration. Just drinking enough water.
It's simple, but it's essential.
Why is this so crucial as we get older?
Well, for starters, it helps with everything. It helps your body transport nutrients, it regulates your temperature.
Even for your brain to work properly.
Oh, yeah, huge impact on cognitive function.
And I've heard sometimes when you think you're hungry, you're actually just thirsty.
It's true.
Yeah.
So easy to misinterpret those signals.
Interesting. All right, another topic that's been getting a lot of buzz.
Yeah.
Gut health. How does that play into longevity?
Okay, so your gut, it's full of bacteria, right?
Yeah, trillions of them. It's kind of wild to think about.
It's called your gut microbiome,
Microbiome.
and it plays a huge role in, well, pretty much everything.
Everything.
Like I'm talking digestion, immunity, even your mood.
Your mood. Wow.
Yeah, it's a complex system. And a diverse gut microbiome is a healthy gut microbiome.
Okay, so how do we help our gut thrive?
Well, there are foods rich in probiotics.
Like what kind of foods are we talking about?
Yogurt, kimchi, sauerkraut, kefir.
Kefir.
Yeah, those are good examples.
And I know some people take probiotic supplements as well.
Yeah, those can be helpful.
Okay, let's switch gears a bit. There's a lot of talk about anti-inflammatory foods,
Oh, yeah, those are powerful.
like colorful berries, leafy greens.
Turmeric, green tea.
What's so special about these?
They're loaded with antioxidants
Antioxidants
and other compounds that help fight inflammation at the cellular level.
at the cellular level.
Yeah, so it's not just surface level.
So reducing inflammation helps protect against those age-related diseases.
And it supports overall cell health.
Makes sense. Okay, so we've talked about what we eat, but even if we're making good choices there, we also need to think about how much we're eating.
Portion control. That's
Right.
key.
Portion control, yeah.
Even healthy food when you eat too much
It can lead to weight gain.
and put stress on your body.
So being mindful of our portions is still important.
It's about listening to your body's cues.
Okay, we've covered a ton with nutrition. If you're listening to this right now, maybe feeling a little overwhelmed,
Yeah, it can be a lot to take in.
what's one small change, something actionable that you can do today?
Honestly, keep it simple.
Simple.
Like
Yeah.
replace one sugary drink with a glass of water
Just one.
Or add a serving of vegetables to one of your meals.
Small steps.
Small steps lead to big changes.
And it's an investment. Like we're investing in our future health.
You're investing in how you're going to feel down the road.
Yeah. So I'm asking you again, what's one small dietary tweak you can make today? Just one.
And remember, it's progress, not perfection.
Okay, let's shift gears a bit. Let's talk about movement.
Getting physical.
We've got that good nutrition foundation. Now we need to build on that with exercise.
Yeah, we got to move our bodies.
It's so true. Like we're designed to move.
We're not meant to be sedentary.
And if we're just sitting around all day.
It can really speed up the aging process.
Yeah, I feel it.
You lose muscle mass, your joints get stiff, you just feel, well, less alive.
Less energetic.
Less energetic, yeah.
But the good news is, it's never too late to start moving.
Never too late.
And it's not about looking good in a swimsuit.
Right, it's so much more than that.
This is about independence, a healthy heart, a sharp mind.
It's about quality of life.
Quality of life, yeah. And preventing all those chronic diseases.
And potentially living longer.
Potentially living longer, yeah. So when we're talking about exercise, there are two main types that are super beneficial for longevity.
The big two.
Let's dive in. First up, resistance training.
Mm.
I think when people hear that, they picture like pumping iron at the gym.
Oh, yeah, the stereotypical image.
But it's actually much broader than that.
Much broader. Resistance training is basically any activity where you're working your muscles against resistance.
So it could be weights.
Could be weights, your own body weight.
Body weight exercises.
Resistance bands.
Resistance bands. And what's the goal here?
To challenge your muscles, that's what makes them stronger.
Okay, so challenging your muscles helps you build.
Muscle mass, bone density.
And it helps prevent that sarcopenia we talked about.
Exactly. Helps you maintain that muscle as you age.
Why is it so important to, hold on to that muscle mass as we get older?
Well, think about it. Strong muscles help with balance.
Balance.
They help prevent falls, which can be really dangerous as you get older.
Especially as you get older, yeah.
And strong muscles support your joints.
Makes everyday activities easier.
Exactly. Just makes life easier.
Okay, second type of exercise, cardiorespiratory.
Cardio.
The stuff that gets your heart pumping, gets you breathing harder.
Yeah, gets that blood flowing.
So we're talking brisk walking, jogging, swimming.
Cycling, elliptical, anything that gets your heart rate up.
And why is this so good for us?
It strengthens your heart.
Obviously.
It helps deliver oxygen throughout your body more efficiently.
Makes everything work better.
Improves circulation, lowers blood pressure.
And helps your lungs, too.
Yeah, your lung capacity.
Lung capacity, okay. Now, you mentioned a bonus category, mobility exercise.
Oh, yeah, can't forget about those.
So things like yoga, stretching, why are these important?
Well, as we get older, we naturally lose flexibility.
Right, we get stiffer.
Yeah, and that can lead to injuries, falls.
Nobody wants that.
So things like yoga, Pilates, Tai Chi, even just dynamic stretching.
That's the stuff that helps you, move more freely.
Exactly. It's about maintaining that range of motion.
So what are the recommendations? Like if someone's listening and they're like, okay, I need to move more, where do they begin?
All right, so good starting point is to aim for at least 150 minutes of moderate intensity exercise each week.
150 minutes.
Yeah, something like brisk walking, cycling.
Or if you like the more intense stuff?
75 minutes of vigorous exercise a week.
75 minutes.
And don't forget strength training.
Just training.
At least 2 days a week, working all the major muscle groups.
Okay, so weights or body weight exercises will do the trick.
And then add in some balance and flexibility exercises a couple of times a week.
Yoga, Tai Chi, things like that.
Right.
And it's not just about, scheduled workouts.
It's about being mindful of movement throughout the day.
Yeah, finding those little ways to move more.
Take the stairs instead of the elevator.
Stand up every hour if you have a desk job.
Go for a walk during your lunch break.
All those little things add up.
They really do.
Okay, let's be real for a sec. I know people have their reasons for not exercising.
Yeah, we've all got our excuses.
I think the biggest one is time. I just don't have time to work out.
I hear that one all the time.
So what do you say to that?
It's about reframing it. You don't need hours at the gym.
Okay, so break it down.
Break it down into smaller chunks. Even 10 minutes is better than nothing.
10 minutes, that's doable.
Find activities you enjoy so it doesn't feel like a chore.
That's important.
Walk during phone calls, do squats while you watch TV. Get creative.
Get creative, yeah.
It's about incorporating movement into your everyday life.
Okay, another common one. I'm too old to start.
How come?
Seriously, people say that. What do you tell them?
It is literally never too late.
Never.
There are people in their 70s, 80s who are starting exercise programs and seeing results.
Amazing.
Of course, talk to your doctor first, especially if you have any health conditions.
Always good advice.
Start slowly, gradually increase the intensity.
Okay, so it's about working your way up.
Exactly.
And lastly, the classic, I hate the gym.
Yeah, not everyone's a gym rat.
What are some good alternatives?
Oh, tons of options. Dance classes, gardening, hiking.
Even playing with your dog counts.
Absolutely. Anything that gets you moving
So find something you enjoy. That's key.
makes a big difference.
Okay, so for you listening, what's one small way you can add more movement today?
Take a 10-minute walk.
Do some stretches while you're watching the news.
Find an activity you love and make it a habit.
It's about consistency more than anything.
Consistency over intensity.
I like that. And remember, movement is medicine.
Medicine for your body, your mind, your spirit.
Okay, so we've talked about what we put into our bodies, how we move our bodies. Now let's talk about something that's so important, but I think we often underestimate it. Sleep.
Ah, sleep. We all need it.
We do. It's like the ultimate recharge for our system.
It's when your body gets to work repairing itself,
Repairing, yeah.
consolidating memories, clearing out toxins.
Like our bodies are doing so much while we sleep.
It's a busy time for your cells.
And if we're constantly sleep deprived,
It disrupts all those crucial processes
and that can lead to faster aging.
and increase your risk of disease.
So many diseases are linked to lack of sleep.
It's pretty scary when you think about it.
Okay, so we all know we need to get enough sleep.
But how much is enough?
I know it varies from person to person, but the average recommendation seems to be around 7 to 9 hours for adults.
Yeah, that's a good ballpark.
But it's not just the total hours, right?
It's about consistency, too.
Consistency.
Having a regular sleep schedule,
Going to bed and waking up around the same time every day,
even on weekends.
even on weekends,
It helps regulate your body's natural sleep-wake cycle.
which is also called our circadian rhythm.
That's right.
Okay, so what are some things people can do to improve their sleep quality?
Well, for starters, create a relaxing bedtime routine.
Like a ritual.
Exactly. Take a warm bath, read a book,
Maybe listen to some calming music.
anything that helps you wind down.
And your bedroom environment is important too.
Oh, yeah. Make it dark, quiet, cool.
Optimize that sleep sanctuary.
And limit screen time before bed.
Screen time, yeah, that blue light is not our friend.
It messes with your melatonin production.
Melatonin, that's the sleep hormone, right?
Exactly. And try to avoid caffeine and alcohol before bed.
They can mess with your sleep cycle.
Absolutely.
Now, I know a lot of people struggle with sleep problems,
It's incredibly common.
like insomnia.
Insomnia, sleep apnea.
What do you recommend for those folks?
Well, for insomnia, there are relaxation techniques like meditation,
Okay.
and there's something called CBTI, which is cognitive behavioral therapy for insomnia.
CBTI.
It helps you identify and change those thoughts and behaviors that are keeping you from sleeping.
Interesting. And for sleep apnea,
Sleep apnea is more serious. It's when you stop breathing during sleep.
that sounds scary.
Definitely talk to your doctor about that one. They might recommend a CPAP machine.
CPAP machine. Okay.
Yeah.
So, bottom line, if you had to give one key takeaway about sleep,
It would be to make it a priority.
prioritize sleep,
Treat it like it's just as important as eating healthy or exercising.
because it really is.
Because it is. Even small improvements in your sleep habits can make a big difference.
Huge difference. Okay, we've talked about the physical stuff. Now let's get into the mental and emotional side of longevity.
Yeah, it's all connected.
Chronic stress. I think it's something that we all deal with these days,
It's like the modern plague.
and it can really do a number on our health.
It's a silent killer, really. It weakens your immune system, accelerates aging, increases your risk of heart disease, stroke, mental health problems.
That's a lot.
It's a lot. So managing stress is crucial for longevity.
So we have this like built-in stress response, fight or flight.
Yeah, it's primal. It's what kept us alive back in the day.
But now it seems like that system can get easily triggered.
Oh, yeah. Our bodies can't really tell the difference between a saber-toothed tiger and a deadline.
It's all stress.
It's all stress. And the problem is, modern stressors are chronic. They're ongoing,
So we're constantly in this state of like high alert.
which means you're constantly pumping out stress hormones like cortisol.
Cortisol, adrenaline.
And that takes a toll on your body over time.
It really does. So how do we hit that reset button on the stress response?
All right, so there are a lot of tools out there. Mindfulness and meditation are great.
Okay, even a few minutes a day can help.
Even a few minutes, it helps you become more present, less reactive.
And deep breathing.
Deep breathing, especially diaphragmatic breathing, where you breathe into your belly.
Okay, so you're engaging your diaphragm,
Exactly. That activates your parasympathetic nervous system.
which is like the rest and digest system.
The opposite of fight or flight.
And that helps lower cortisol.
It does.
Another one that I love, spending time in nature.
Oh, yeah. Nature is so healing.
It really is.
Lowers cortisol, improves mood.
Definitely get yourself some green time.
And don't forget about hobbies.
Hobbies, yeah.
Things you enjoy that can distract you, give you a sense of accomplishment.
And it releases dopamine.
The feel-good hormone.
Okay, so mindfulness, deep breathing, nature, hobbies. What else?
Don't underestimate the power of social connection.
Talking to people, spending time with loved ones.
It provides support, reduces isolation.
And it releases oxytocin.
A love hormone.
Okay, so we got to nurture those relationships.
Yeah, absolutely.
Physical activity is a big one, too.
Oh, yeah. Exercise helps process those stress hormones.
And releases endorphins.
More feel-good chemicals.
So we're getting a double dose of good stuff there.
And being mindful of caffeine and alcohol intake can help, too.
Yeah, those can actually increase stress levels.
It's counterintuitive, but it's true.
And of course, sleep. We've talked about that.
Sleep is crucial for stress management.
Lack of sleep just makes everything worse.
It's a vicious cycle.
Okay, so besides managing stress, can we actually build resilience against it?
Oh, absolutely. We can train ourselves to be less reactive to stress.
How so?
Gratitude is a big one. Focusing on the positive.
Reframing those challenges.
And setting boundaries, managing your time effectively.
So you're not overcommitting yourself.
Exactly.
I know some people might be listening and thinking, I'm too busy for self-care.
Yeah, that's a common one.
Or they've been stressed for so long they don't even know how to relax anymore.
I hear that too.
What do you say to those folks?
Start small.
Small steps.
5 minutes of deep breathing, a quick walk outside,
Just a little bit each day.
and be patient. It takes time to retrain your system.
So what's one stress-reducing activity you can try today? Just one.
Find something that works for you and make it a habit.
Make it a habit, yeah.
Yeah.
It's about those consistent efforts.
And remember, progress over perfection.
Okay, let's move on to the command center. The brain.
Our amazing brain.
Keeping it sharp and engaged as we age. It sounds like that's just as important as physical exercise.
It's like exercise for your brain.
Cognitive stimulation.
Gotta use it or lose it.
So true. Like if we let our brains run on autopilot, just doing the same routines,
Those neural pathways can weaken.
yeah, they get less efficient,
And that can affect your memory, your concentration.
leading to those cognitive issues we often associate with aging.
But the good news is, we can strengthen those connections, even build new ones.
Through mental stimulation.
Keep your brain challenged. Keep it learning.
So what are some good ways to give our brains a workout?
Oh, so many options. Learning a new language is great.
New language, yeah, I've heard that's really beneficial.
Engages so many parts of the brain, improves memory, problem solving.
And even might delay cognitive decline.
Some studies suggest that.
Even just learning a few new words a day.
Makes a difference over time.
Okay, what else?
Brain games are good. Sudoku, crosswords, chess,
Keep those synapses firing.
and reading, of course.
Reading is good for you.
Expands your vocabulary, improves focus, stimulates your imagination.
I love reading. Okay, so learning new languages, brain games, reading.
Lifelong learning is also key.
Oh yeah, always be learning.
Take online courses, attend workshops, listen to podcasts.
Like this one.
Like this one, exactly.
Always be expanding your knowledge.
And mindfulness and meditation, they're not just for stress.
Right, we talked about that.
They can improve focus, reduce mental clutter.
And potentially even increase gray matter in the brain.
Pretty amazing.
Pretty amazing. Are there other, maybe less obvious ways to keep our minds sharp?
Social interaction is a big one.
Oh yeah, we're social creatures.
Engaging in conversations, debates, discussions, it challenges your brain
Makes you think critically.
and helps prevent social isolation, which is really bad for cognitive health.
Okay, so stay connected.
Stay connected, keep those conversations flowing.
And new experiences.
New experiences are great for the brain.
Travel, new hobbies, even trying a new